Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me and welcome to my channel. Now, holiday season is upon us. Okay, let me rephrase that. Makeup holiday season is upon us. Makeup companies are releasing holiday sets, gift sets, value sets, left, right, center. So I had to go in and do a lot of damage, guys. So for today, but for this video, we are swatching and reviewing this eyeshadow palette by MARC JACOBS. This is the box that it came in. It says MARC JACOBS, and down here it's EYE-CONIC. EYE-CONIC is not the name of the palette. It's like their formula's name, the eyeshadow formula name, which is called EYE-CONIC. The name of the palette is called the WILD ONE. MARC JACOBS does this 20 pan eyeshadow palette, like I think every year, but I've observed them only for the past 3 years, this year included. For this year, this is the theme meaning just the sorry for blinding you guys. Just the pattern is the zebra pattern, but this is not white. This is like silver. In place of white, they have silver. I think last year it was like a matte gold kind of a packaging, and the year before I think it was like silver packaging. I'm not sure, but this year this is the zebra pattern. And then the name of the palette is the WILD ONE. This is a very expensive palette, definitely a splurge. This retails for $99 before tax, guys, and this is a limited edition. Of course, this is a holiday palette, and this is exclusive to Sephora. You get 20 eyeshadows. Here is the depiction of what the shades that you get inside. Usually last year and the year before that, as far as I can remember, this palette was usually like a neutral palette with just like one pop of color or something, like 1 or 2 pops of color. But this year I was actually, that's why I picked it up. This year I saw like a purple, like a fuchsia, red, then a peacock blue, and then there's a beautiful coral, like a pinkish coral shade, and there were so many pops of color, so really wanted to see. And MARC JACOBS has reformulated his eyeshadows. They also have like a 7-pan eyeshadow palette that is permanent, but this 20-pan eyeshadow palette, it is limited edition. So yeah, so $99 you get 20 shades, and in each pan you get 0.28 ounce of product, which is not a lot, to be honest. Just on an average, a MAC eyeshadow, it carries 0.05 ounce of product. So this is like half, maybe a little more than half would be 0.02 ounce of product, and this is 0.028, so a little more than half. But this is a mini size. Each pan you contain, it carries only like a mini size of eyeshadow. Mini eyeshadows is what you get here. And where is this made? This is made in the USA. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all the information. You do have like the list of ingredients here at the back of the box. Yeah, let's look at the palette. As I said, the pattern is zebra print, but instead of white you have the silver color, and then at the back you do have like the shade, what are the shades you get. And yeah, that's it, you guys. Let's open. There's like a button here where you have to like push, and there's anything jutting out. So if I don't have any nails, as you can see, so it's very hard to like open it. But if you do have nails, I don't think it would be a problem. It does come with a mirror. I don't want to blind you guys, but it doesn't come with a brush or anything, and it doesn't go all the way at the back, so it like kind of stays in an angle. So these are the shades you get. There's a fuchsia pink, red, that peacock blue, this purplish blue, and then this top row looks just white, but there are like colors, I assure you. So let's get into the swatches. Let me just swatch start with the top row, this side, and then the names, there are names. It's at the back of the box, but it's not printed in the palette. So the first shade is like a yellow toned white, and then the second shade is like a pinky mauve toned, very pale mauve color. That is the shade I have just right just below my eyebrows. I just wanted to blur. I hope you can see, I'm not sure, but just over here I have it, just to blur out the harsh lines. And then there is a beautiful I don't know if you can see, but in person the very frosty pale lilac shade translates beautifully on my skin tone. So that is the metallic shade. And then you have beautiful green gold shade. That white shade, the shade that looked plain white, is this iridescent gold color. It's more gold than green. Then finally you just have like a stark white matte eyeshadow. So this is the top row. I hope you can see against these colors, you can definitely tell that this has mauvey tones to it. So yeah, let's get on to the second row. Second row, you have like a sage metallic green. Do you see how pigment? I'm able to like extend this eyeshadow all the way. It's like very, very pigmented. Sage green. And then you have like a very pale peachy shade, which is not very metallic, but it's very pigmented. One swipe pigmentation on the eyes and everywhere, where the finger swatch or brush swatch, but it is not very, it's not very reflective. I think it's more of a satin shade. And then you have a beautiful, there are 3 duochromes from what I can see. This is the first duochrome. This is the usual very popular teal, brown to teal shift kind of a shade. It is actually, you can see the duochrome, right? The teal shade comes through beautifully. And then this is the star of the show, at least for me. Do you see the duochrome? This is the shadow I have on the eyes. This is very, very sparkly. This is the only eyeshadow with this finish, guys. This is like a peach to pink gold kind of a shift. I know it doesn't like apply well because my arms are not primed or anything, but on the eyes it goes on so beautifully and so sparkly. It's stunning. You just head on to Sephora and you just swatch this shade, and you'd see what I mean. This is a stunning shade. I just absolutely love it. It's not, it's semi-opaque, but it's so sparkly, it just reflects beautifully. I think this is the only shade which is that lame finish. And then you have like a straight up silver, which again is very, very reflective and very, very metallic. So those are the, so this is the second row from here to here. Have like a sage green, you have like a peachy shade, a satin shade, and then you have like the teal to brown kind of a shade. And then you have like a peach to pink shade. Then you have like a straight up silver. And all of these shades are metallics, like they have shimmers in it. Second row doesn't have any matte. Then this is again another duochrome. I feel it's like a brown to very, I don't know, like green, I'm sorry, not brown, brown to very bronzy, I don't know, kind of a shade. Then this is a beautiful fuchsia shade. It doesn't look so dull as it looks on the arm. On the eyes it does look vibrant, guys. Okay, there is not much space on this arm. Maybe I should switch. And then you have like a beautiful, hang on, there's something. This is again a mauve tone shade. This is a very pale mauve tone shade, and this is like a more darker shade. Do you see? It's more darker. And in fact on the eyes, over a primer, it looks even more darker. So yeah, it's not as pale as you see it is. And then you have a stunning red matte shade. It's just beautiful, guys. It's rich and it blends beautifully. It's pigmented. It's crazy. It's amazing. Crazy in a good way. And then this peacock shade, this is the only shade which is extremely powdery. It's extremely powdery. Like I was using all of the shades and they weren't powdery, so I wasn't really checking and looking at my eyeshadow palette, but I just by accidentally I picked this eyeshadow. Well, I didn't pick up this eyeshadow by accident. I wanted to test it out, but after picking up, I just by chance I just looked down and there was so much powder. This is a very, very pigmented, it blends beautifully, but it's very powdery, this particular shade. I don't know why. It's so beautiful, guys. And then final row. We are coming to the to an end almost. It's a bronze shade, and this is a satin finish, guys, bronze. And then again a beautiful shade, bluish purple shade. This again is a satin finish, not a lot of shimmers in it, but do you see how beautiful and pigmented it is? And then there's a rich like blackberry kind of a shade. This is the eyeshadow I have in the outer corner. They just blended it out towards inner corner. It's like so pigmented. It's very beautiful. Then last two shades, it's like a caramel shade, matte shade, brownish caramel shade. And finally this shade looks very similar to this, but it has a lot of blue in it, and it's like matte with shimmers, like glitters just sprinkled like in randomly there. So it's that kind of a shade. So these are the shades that you get, guys, in the palette. And let's talk about the formula, the performance, and the quality. I just have one word to say, describe everything. Everything is like top notch. It's like the pigmentation is beautiful. It's very pigmented. The shade selection, I have to say, all of them, I don't know whether you'd be able to see it, whether you'd be able to like see how different they are, but each and every single shade is different on my skin tone. I don't know if you can see it in person, but I'm sorry, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but in person all of the shades are so different, guys. They are so different. And honestly, when companies release a big eyeshadow palette, like 20 eyeshadows in a palette is like a large palette. There would be so many repetitions, just same shade in different finishes, just so many repetitions. But I think the best part is, of course, the quality is so good. It's so pigmented, it blends beautifully. It didn't face any difficulty in blending, and the lasting power is really good. I've had this eyeshadow for 7-8 hours now, and it just looks as it looked when I applied it. Definitely there is a slight fading. I did move this blackberry kind of shade all the way, but you can probably see it a little tiny bit, but it's more pronounced at the outer corner than the actual crease, but there is a slight fading there. But otherwise everything is beautiful. It's perfect. I have to say, I just love this eyeshadow palettes. The quality is top, just amazing. And then the pigmentation is great. It blends beautifully, and the color selection, honestly, it's not all colors. I have to say, if it had been all colors, I would be like over the moon. I'd be so thrilled. But it's not all colors, but you have a good variety of colorful shades. I think towards the end you have so many colorful shades, and then over here you have fuchsia, and then you have like a silver color, and then you have this a teal color. Then this color is like just the star of the show, I'm telling you, just beautiful. And then you have like a beautiful gold color. You have like a sage green. Everything is just beautiful, guys. I'm repeating the word beautiful so many times, but I'm just really impressed with the quality and this eyeshadow palette. If you have the funds at your disposal, and if you like the shade selection, I'd say pick it up, because this is very easy to work with palette, and you could just create a lot of neutral eyeshadow looks and colorful looks, and just maybe like you can create a neutral eyeshadow look and just add these colorful mattes in the crease, or even use the satins in the crease. The satins do not have any chunky glitter in it, so I'm definitely sure that you can use the colorful satins in the crease as well, and they would just look so playful and so like kind of out of the box kind of an eyeshadow look. So yeah, that's my review. All in all, I really like this palette. Hope you guys found this video useful. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked watching it, and please subscribe. Bye.